of that's happening.
Or don't.
We're streaming now.
We are streaming now.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
That's what she said.
We should have Jenna Jameson on the show.
She lost all of her weight. Did you see that?
Yeah, did you see she's out of her fucking mind? Did you see that?
No, she's not.
I got it.
Hey, how about that?
Internally, so I don't have to use streaming services. Anyways, sorry.
All right, well, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
We're ready to go.
All right, then let's hit it.
My speech is slurred.
The following podcast is scheduled for one fall, and there will be no disqualifications. Making their way to the ring from lineupmedia.fm at a combined weight of 849 pounds, the Three Horsemen.
We're at our final episode of Hulk Hogan talking.
Hopefully.
Who?
We're only at part 3. Terry Bollea, have you ever heard of him?
Oh, okay. That's how I know.
Sterling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sterling Golden.
Terry. We're at Terry.
Gawker.
That's literally all you want to talk about.
Terry
today,
Gawker.
Is that all you want to talk about today?
Isn't it called TerryGawker.com now?
I think it is.
Tanass.com.
Tan ass. There it is.
Orange ass.
That ass. Alex, T.O., Eric, Corey. We're minus Everett today. We're missing an Everett.
There's
Big Easy. I'm sorry.
We are.
Well, there's a rally in town. Not a rally. A
gathering.
A gathering.
If you will.
The president's here, and I said rally, and the president's close. I shouldn't say rally when talking about the president. But there's a rally in town.
We record in Edwardsville, Illinois. In Granite City, Illinois, they're making America great again today. Is that correct?
The president's making America great again there, and Everett is a true patriot.
Okay.
And he is at the rally.
Oh.
Rally in the president.
You have to wear white?
That's tricky. I shouldn't call it a rally.
Okay.
It is a group of like-minded individuals.
Okay.
That want to make America great again.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Everett's not there. I was just kidding.
Oh, he's not there.
No. But there might be one of the better, fights break out in a long time.
I don't think so.
Should get somebody down there with a camera. It could be interesting. You know how
I
many
bet
Trump
there will be
supporters watch
cameras
wrestling?
there.
I could see some elbows being dropped at this.
We don't have a Big E, but
today.
we do have a Weston in here. Maybe we could find a camera and send him.
Alex
send him
is
on
trying
assignment.
to not have us talk about politics on the show, and that's not going to happen. So anyway, so you have to go to Granite City because U.S. Steel is open again? Is that the
Granite City Steel?
Granite City Steel. It's U.S. Steel.
Oh, no.
It's not Granite City Steel.
Oh, really? Is it called the U.S. Steelers?
now.
It's U.S. Steel.
No, they're the Granite City Steelers. The hockey.
That's
youth
true.
hockey
That's
program.
true.
Yeah. Let's move on from this.
Yeah, let's move to Hulk Hogan. Okay.
Let's bring on our version of Brooke Hogan, Weston.
How about we just bring up one of the guys who's probably going to be there to support him today, Hulk Hogan.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, you're worried animals there.
No, I know he's there. I know he's
animals there in face paint. Just
who's this Busta Rhymes guy? Busta Rhymes? When the Legion of Doom.
There's no more Legion of Doom. Hawk's dead. I'm sorry.
Draws is alive.
And so they'd have one half of a tag team, or 1 and 1/2 of a tag team.
Puke.
Yeah. He doesn't work from the waist down.
Great save, Alex.
Isn't he in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Paralyzed?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
There is
D'Lo
some
Brown.
wrestling news that probably pisses Alex off. Did you know that there's going to be an all-women's
There
pay-per-view?
it is. There it is.
Well, I mean, sexists will probably hate that type of thing. Alex is a sexist. I don't know if anybody remembers the running gag.
How bad is it going to be?
I think it'll be good.
Oh, so okay. So how's it going to be?
Alex is over here putting his thumbs down. If you're watching on YouTube, he just pulled his thumbs back
Boo.
up. He was booing. He was booing under his breath.
So Charlotte puts on a good match. Sasha and Bailey put on a good match.
Okay, how many Who else?
Here's my thing though: if that thing goes 3 hours, they can't do shit. I mean, it's gonna be bad.
You're leaving out Ronda Rousey.
They have to. That's what I'm saying. They have to keep it 2 hours. Keep it very, very simple.
Why is she now doing a Twizzlers commercial where she smiles and grins like an idiot when that is not her at all?
Well, she's a huge bitch.
Horrible. Thank you, Weston.
She's a huge bitch. I mean, she's not really well liked.
I liked her more as a mediocre MMA star than I do as a
No, but
what
when
they're trying to-
mediocre.
when
Yeah.
she was the recognized as the greatest female fighter ever before she got her head knocked off, she was not a likable individual. The way she carried herself,
Not arguing
the
with
way
the smiling shit is not over with anybody.
it's not her though. Like,
That's
I
my
don't-
point.
I don't get it. So they are going to be able to do something that they refused to do with Lesnar, or not Lesnar. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns. And I'm curious if they're going to be just so.
What are you saying? Women that smile are more likable?
No, what I'm saying is if they refuse
Jesus,
to,
Alex. Oh,
they-
wait, that's T.O.
they
talking.
refuse to turn her heel because there is so much money if they turn her heel and
I
let her
agree.
be, because she's a natural heel. She's a natural
know.
bitch. She has a resting bitch face. It's. I'm not saying that derogatory or anything. That's just.
Well, some of her promo shots of her looking like she has this Bell's palsy smile. Like it's
Half
She
and
doesn't
half.
smile a lot. That's why she doesn't know how to smile.
You know, men get Bell's palsy too, Alex. Jesus.
It's not.
God, this guy.
good old JR.
Everything. You
not-
probably didn't even remember that until I brought it up.
He thought
God,
it was the HPV of the face. Ooh.
that's not true.
No,
None of that's
no.
true.
No, but they have to be very careful with how they do this because it could either go really well or it's going to be shit.
I bet you it goes really well.
The big thing of this is All In sold out apparently. I still don't believe it's sold out. There's a bunch of fuckery going on with tickets. There will be 10,000 people there. That's fine. But for every mark that's going to that,
Yeah.
that's what they're, the
Smart.
smarks, they're going. The people that are diehard WWE fans and, ride or die with that shit and are fuck the indies and, rip on the smart marks.
Yes, go ahead.
They have to respond back and sell this event out to show their loyalty to the company like the smart marks have to the All-In event.
It's in the loyalty to the company thing. This is
It almost
they wanna
is.
They want to watch women wrestle.
It almost is, though.
What
Because
is
that's the direction the company's going.
What is the over-under on how many screams you hear that night from the women wrestlers? Because do you guys watch Product still?
Mm.
Here's what you can guarantee. They're going to have one girl who acts like a lunatic, and then they do the thing that I guess they still think women do this type of stuff where they throw their hand up and do the shit that you would see.
It
in
seems like they're
Oh,
out of
and they-
touch with some
teen
stuffs,
movie.
right?
And
Oh
they
my
all
God.
they all spray paint like 3 pounds of makeup on their face now and have colored extensions and
But you've seen girls that now they just scream in the ring like they're insane.
yeah, it's Alicia
That's
Fox.
a recipe for
It's
success.
bad, though.
That's
They-
Vinnie Mac.
Yeah, Alicia Fox, if they don't have any other female black wrestlers in this, one of these girls is going to have to dance to the ring. I don't know if you know how WWE works, but if you're a black wrestler, somebody's got to dance to the ring.
Sasha will do
Gosh,
her.
it's so bad,
Sasha
isn't it?
will do her.
No, I mean literally fucking break dance to the ring.
Oh no, that's Naomi. She slides down and does the whole. Yep.
Never mind. That's not a joke.
No, I didn't think you were joking.
This is the most. It's the most. In.
The
Yeah, they're
company is ran by a
racist.
late 70s-year-old man that's stuck in the 80s and 90s of their idea of what women should look like still.
Or act like.
Yeah, I mean, like, these two the Australian girls they have, the
Yeah, one chick's
Iconics or
smoking
whatever,
hot.
they're both good looking, but both of them had to take time off because they both had to have their tits done.
Yeah.
What
Color is their hair?
They're both brunette, though. That's the one that I will say.
well.
Hey, who's
It's not blue,
Hold on.
orange, green.
Who's missing from TV?
Got me?
The Bellas.
Oh, fuck.
So they've got to have the fill-ins of the brunettes with,
Is
the
John
one doesn't
Cena
have
going to
a rack.
wrestle on the all-women's pay-per-view?
He'll be there to save his girl and propose again.
I could hear the condescension in your voice.
He
right
was
now.
good in that Blockers movie, though. I will say it was quite funny.
Yeah, I heard a couple people saw it.
2.
I was going to go, but
3.
I was going to go see it, but I was sick that day. So maybe it lasted a week.
You'll laugh if you watch it. Yeah, you will.
For some reason, I just can't get as invested into women wrestlers as and like I said, I don't know why or whatever, but I just don't feel like they make the storylines exciting enough to me
because when you
anymore.
watched wrestling, it wasn't about the women were just all.
Well, I remember like watching
They were
like
all
Luna
just,
Vachon
it was
and
tits though. You watch lingerie matches and pillow fights and bikini matches. That's what it was in our era
that's
of
pretty
growing
much,
up on wrestling.
Maybe you're right.
And now they try to sell it as a legitimate product, and there's about 6 of them that can actually wrestle.
Right.
Who's
Alex,
Alex? Who's your favorite women's wrestler of all time?
Liberty Bell?
Of all time.
Yes, Liberty Bell's the shit. Sorry,
Of all time. It's hard to go against Medusa.
I was gonna say it's hard for you to think of one since I know you have that big sign by your desk that says "No Women's Wrestling." That's odd. I didn't know.
Should see
No,
it.
she was good.
It's written in
I love
blood.
Mickey James.
Really?
She worked like a fucking champ. Oh, dude.
You think she's hot though?
Now?
I still think she's decent looking for her age.
I liked her when she was like thick and like
Oh, and
2006,
Cena,
right when she
when
came
Cena
in.
was having an affair with her,
Well,
and then got her boyfriend fired.
well,
Hell of a guy.
Kenny Dykstra.
Hell of a guy.
Favorite women's wrestler?
Luna or Sunny?
Sunny is not technically okay. Not favorite diva.
Luna Vachon, but you don't. Yeah, probably.
Luna wrestled.
Yeah, she had those shaved up sides. She wasn't
She
trying
had-
to be super pretty, you know. She was kind of crazy, like you said. She had a little bit of that psycho in her, and you know that.
She kind of.
Sable could work. She was
Is that right?
Sable Bomb?
the Sable Bomb 36D Double D special. Wasn't that what her shirt said?
For all the men that came to see me, all the women that want to be me.
Stole Rick Rude's line and just flipped it.
She just.
No, but I mean, like, I think
all you Kansas City sweat hogs.
I think Charlotte's probably the best female wrestler ever.
Yeah.
Most athletic, and what's shocking is she's been doing it for 5 years. I mean,
And yet she can already wrestle better than every one of them.
better than half the men.
Mm.
No, I mean she cuts a better promo than half the guys.
Give
Like
me
when you
that.
go with the whole package, like she's top 10 in that company as a worker promo combination.
Hard to argue.
Entrance, like just the full package. Like, now what's interesting is she ruptured an implant,
Right.
and what I'm curious is if she just goes huge. Like,
Isn't that what she took her time off for
yeah,
right now?
what I'm curious, and I haven't seen anything, but I'm curious if they push her to go bigger than what she did, or if she goes smaller, stays the same. But I'm interested to see what happens. With
She
that.
might get them fixed, too. They do work on both of them.
Well, I mean, if she's gonna get one.
Implant talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Female wrestling at its finest.
Let's go to Hulk Hogan. T.O., you missed all the NWO shit. You missed all his WCW run. You got anything you want to add about the NWO or anything? Here's a good one for you, and you guys can definitely. Wrestling is not cool. It never was. As a kid, I was like, "Oh, wrestling's fucking awesome. Wrestling's cool." And then I realized all my friends they like that.
The only time it was passable.
You're not gonna let me finish my thought,
It was in high school though. That's what I'm
fucker.
gonna
That
say.
was what I was gonna say
I know.
here.
I know.
So listen. So I don't think it was long, but I think it happened when he went heel, and there was a section of time where it had that NWO
About
thing.
a 2.5 year gap.
Where people not 2.5 that did not last 2.5.
I think
years.
it was about 2 to 3 years. I think it was from our sophomore year to our senior year that it was really
not cool.
take it back. Freshman year.
Let me finish my fucking thought.
I have a
on
story about this, so go ahead.
Oh damn it!
Go ahead.
I think wrestling people were like, "Oh, Hulk Hogan, I remember him. My kid likes it, and he's starting to watch it." So like, people were thinking, "Hey, my kid likes this." So I think they went to a few WCW shows, and I think some people looked around and said, "Oh fuck, this is what a wrestling crowd looks like." And then those people never went again. That's the section where it was cool. They'd have all these football players, all these celebrities coming and shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then it wasn't. What do you think on that?
No, I agree. I remember our freshman year, one of the hotter girls we went to high school with was dating a guy that watched wrestling, and she came to my house because she was embarrassed. She didn't know anything about it and knew that I didn't. She's like, "Hey, I don't want to look like a moron. Like, what's this and this and this? What's the difference between this?" Like tutored her. It was the only time I ever tutored anyone in my life. But, like, girl was on the dance team. I mean, like, it was just a different time to where, like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm embarrassed to death to say I watch wrestling now. or that I do it. Like my a family member I hadn't seen in 15 years was in town, and he was talking about this restaurant that his buddy helped finance, and he's a partner in Memphis. And he goes, "Do you watch wrestling?" And I was like, "Not really, no." And he's like, "Oh, well, my buddy started a restaurant with Jerry Lawler and down in Memphis." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I mean, I remember him. I watched it when he was around."
Right.
But like to come out and say it now, it's not what it was when we were in high school. People wore shirts to school. You wore it under your jersey.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, there was a different, just a different time.
what do you guys? I think it's a small sliver in time. Have you guys been to live events?
I've never been to a live event.
It was the NWO into the Austin era is when it
Yeah.
was big, and that's when people were wearing the shirts. The
Mainstream.
merch was okay. Yeah, merch
Mainstream
was okay.
doesn't make it cool. It's like Duck Dynasty. That shit was not cool. That's the worst fucking show I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible.
Wrestling was a little bit different because it cross-pollinated with athletes. You had
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
You had LeBron James sitting in the front row his high school year. His senior year of high school. You had every athlete. Anytime you're in a big city, the football team was there.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I remember when they were on Penn State's campus, half the Penn State football team was in the front. I mean, like,
Oh fuck.
it was a bit.
Was Sandusky there?
No, he was with Patterson.
He was in the shower.
I bet he was.
He was with the
The
ring
locker room
crew.
at that time.
Was
Boys.
Sandusky part of the cream team, you think?
Oh,
Jesus,
There it is.
Christ,
Got him.
going hard in the paint.
What do you guys
So
think
was
about
he.
the longevity of how long it was cool?
A year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
I mean, I don't even know if I'd really consider it cool, but maybe acceptable in social circles to discuss briefly.
That's a good way to put it.
Briefly discuss in social, and maybe wear an Austin 316 shirt or an NWO shirt to school or whatever. And
That's what I was
not
gonna say.
Get made fun of for it.
If you
I think
So
if you
briefly, yeah, it was there.
I think if you got a taste of a live event, you were like, "Oh boy, I'm not gonna fucking hang in this."
you
deal."
wore an NWO or an Austin shirt, you're okay. A rock shirt, you're okay. But if you branched out and wore something else that wasn't recognizable, they're like, "What the fuck is that?
I think a lot of
You
people.
got a Gold Dust shirt on?"
If you don't have a sense of smell, you would probably be like, "Oh, this is all right." But if you have a sense of smell and you go to a live event, you're
Stink
like,
in
"No."
there or what?
That's not
Corey?
true though.
I'm
Some
for
of the-
real. Asking.
I don't think they know what deodorant is.
Think about who went to live events though when we would go. Well, those are all guys we played sports with in
True.
that time.
Some, not all.
But dude, we would go watch of like pay-per-views at people's houses that didn't watch wrestling and don't watch wrestling now. I remember watching WrestleMania at Brocall's house one year.
Yeah.
You'd go to Walker's house.
Nobody
and watch
knows
it.
who the.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Tom
there
Brady.
were
I'm saying
certain
friends.
just friends, but like they weren't big wrestling guys, but there would be 15 of us watching these things. So it was a different, it wasn't fucking mouth breathers and window lickers that were doing it. It was
MAGA.
normal people.
MAGA.
I'd venture to say that exactly that it's your blue collar people that were filling up the your workers that
the wrestling crowd now is pretty progressive.
really.
Yes. Wanting to see women wrestle and
That's
shit.
fair. No, well, right, that's fair. But I'm saying, like back then, when we were talking about like
Oh.
the majority of these the crowds were
The irony of that
blue
is
collar.
the big time Republicans that run the company and own the company are very progressive
They run small business.
and liberal in how they want their company to be viewed. I mean, fucking Witchface getting up there Monday night and giving herself credit for hashtag give divas a chance or give women's a chance 3 years ago and how this started a whole revolution bullshit. Like, it's not really how it played out. It started out because AJ Lee went at her for equal rights, equal pay. Then it was give divas a chance or whatever. It spun from that. It wasn't something that she created.
Hogan gave a diva a chance.
Which one?
I guess she wasn't a diva, was she?
His wife was a fine lady.
Yeah.
what was her name? Linda? What was her name?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Speaking of like all the shit that goes on, Cena has his.
Motherfucker, can you get back onto
I'm
Hogan?
going to Hogan.
God
That's where I'm
damn
going
it.
with this. Hogan has, Cena has his Mickey James episode. And
Yeah.
A lot of the big, Batista was nailing everybody.
Didn't Hogan have his Miss Elizabeth episode?
CM Punk was nailing people. The only female Hogan was ever linked to in the wrestling business was Miss Elizabeth. And I find that hard to believe. In the heyday of the WCW, when they had all the night, I mean, they had fucking groupies pretty much as a dance team.
Yeah, the Nitro Girls.
That's my point. Shawn Michaels is married to one now. Good for him. So, like, Hogan's name was never linked to anybody in the wrestling business besides Miss Elizabeth in the 80s.
His scandals came post-career. Yeah.
Steroids.
No, I'm sure he did his.
If he took steroids, allegedly.
I'm sure he had some females. So that's what surprises me, is no stories came out.
Missy Hyatt? I don't know. Very
Objection,
possible.
speculation.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Flair and Holly Berry? I mean...
Holly Berry?
Hallie?
Hallie?
Hallie, do you?
We're to Hogan's comeback WWE run. Any thoughts? Remember the Mr. America shit?
I didn't watch any of it. I was out of it by then. So, like, I don't remember the NWO's run.
His match with The Rock is his exclamation point.
Didn't watch it. I mean, I wasn't watching it at the time.
I didn't see it that night, no.
But I went back and watched it, and how loud the crowd was and the chants back and forth. I mean, it was a pretty cool thing.
Thoughts on the match?
The match itself, I thought was all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you take the crowd out of it, it's
Very different.
mediocre.
It's very different. It's Hogan taking off his weight belt and flexing. And
It's like Hogan Sting.
Yeah. Oh. And that I just watched that Table for Three, and Sting said that was one of his top matches of all time. It's literally, we talked about it last time, one of the worst squash matches
Just
I've ever seen.
a huge build, and then for nothing.
No delivery.
Yeah.
But people loved it.
The baby face chasing and then doesn't get the payoff.
Yeah. Until they reverse the decision to get. Yeah.
I think people love any of those matches where it's just two huge-ass names, regardless of how it turns out or if they did work or whatever happens. People are going to remember those matches as great because they were
icons.
Is the match different if it's Austin and Hogan?
Very.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not what that's what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that was the original plan, wasn't it not? Was it not? And then they couldn't work out something to where Hogan wanted to go over Austin, but Austin wanted to go over Hogan, and so they were just like, all right, well, we'll give Hogan to The Rock, and then we'll give, and then
Here,
we'll
you
give
get
Paul to
Scott
Austin.
Hall.
Yeah.
And he was pissed about that.
I would be.
Yeah.
The money's in Hogan Austin.
Mm-hmm.
The honey was, or the honey. Did I say the honey?
Honey and money's the same, baby.
The money, honey. The money's in Hogan Austin. I think if you didn't get, even though The Rock was getting pretty big. That's 2002. What had he done by then? Scorpion King? He had to have done that by then.
Scorpion King was done. He'd probably done something else notable too
Tooth
by
Fairy?
02.
I don't know.
I just watched Rampage, the movie that he was in about those humongous animals, and that was pretty good. I mean, it's overacted, like as in any Rock movie, he just completely overacts everything, but it wasn't bad. It was a good story.
Highest paid actor in Hollywood. It's shocking.
For sure.
Has Hogan done a movie since 02?
Yeah, he does that.
Gawker.
That one in
No, not
09.
that one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
it was released on small screen to a select few.
Literally. So were the audio tapes. No, but Hogan had that run. He won the belt after that match. He beat Triple H for the belt. He was WWF champion in 2002.
Hogan was?
Yeah.
I didn't. I
A
seriously.
world champion. Had they split the belts by then?
I had no idea he ever held the belt when his return back.
Could have sworn they had made it into a world that god awful, ugly.
Not yet. Oh, what? No, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Oh.
Yeah. But he had it for a month, and he lost it to The Undertaker the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, the Scorpion. So the Mummy returns the Scorpion King. Then the Scorpion King 2. So that was in 2001, 2002.
So he's a movie star by then.
He is doing some TV stuff.
I mean, they didn't have
Just
anybody
the
else.
bullshit TV stuff, though, that everyone was doing back then if you were top of the card guy.
But his run is so less memorable because this is kind of when the crowd died off.
Mm-hmm.
They had sold WCW, so people weren't watching as often. They tried to bring back the NWO. That got little play. His run is quick, and then he comes back for that McMahon match at WrestleMania because he had been gone 6 months probably. Austin had left. There wasn't much going on in between there. I mean,
Well, yeah, they threw the tag belts on him with Edge for a little bit there too.
Hogan
Holy
and
shit,
Edge?
that's right.
Jesus Christ.
Look at that memory. Hogan and Edge were a tag team.
Wow, really? I would have never guessed.
Yeah, and they got
they'd have paired those
and then
two
they
up.
then they lose him to Christian and somebody. I don't remember.
I bet you I know who took the fall in that match. Not Hogan. He ain't laying down for fucking
Love
Christian.
to know how many times he was pinned from 87 until
No, from 84
80
to 96.
That's what I was going to tell his end of the reign of the NWO.
I had to guess six
like
times clean.
Like cleanly?
Clean, yeah.
Warrior, Rock.
No, this is before that. This is like 84
This is what we're
to
saying
96.
through the NWO
Oh, through
run.
the NWO run. Well, the whole one?
Let's say the hot part of the NWO.
Piper
Like
twice.
Goldberg.
Piper twice.
Pin?
Sleeper hold one of them.
Man, it's not a pin. That's
Submission.
and he didn't. He did.
Still a clean loss.
It's true. Give him 10, maybe. 10 times. You think
Look at this parody account.
somewhere in there?
Look at
Still
the
gonna-
description.
Still gonna go back to this. The Mountie beat him.
That's right.
Tio, do you know that?
Rougeau and on a card he promoted in
Yep.
Canada or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got paid handsomely.
I'm gonna beat you tonight. There's the finger. SummerSlam 91. Nobody.
That
Anyway.
that jail cell.
No, that's great. No,
Was that with him?
there's the finger.
Was it him and
Boss Man.
Yeah.
That's good shit. Still
I still laugh
likable.
about it now.
Yeah. Well, his WWF or WWE runs not. He gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
This is what I don't know either though. Was TNA after the Hall of Fame?
TNA had started in probably 2002.
Was this after the NWO angle?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He did some stuff with Jarrett for them over in Japan. He had kind of started getting linked to that early, but he never stuck.
That was like late 03.
Yeah.
When did he do his midget wrestling league or whatever that was?
Oh man, his midget wrestling. Oh god.
No, he did. He had
I
some.
remember.
He had some reality show or something.
Yeah. Well, that was where he taught celebrities to wrestle too.
But they had him and Bischoff promoted or produce some
The micro wrestling. league or
micro
something
wrestling.
like that?
Yeah, and I'm scared of little people, so I didn't watch.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's a weird thing.
Just kind of want to go into it now. Right on.
No.
Didn't
Gotcha.
he help bring back American Gladiators there at some point?
Yeah. When was that? 2011? 2010?
I don't know, but
before
he
But it
claimed
crashed
that
and burned real quick.
he
though.
claimed that
No, yeah, it's
Layla
terrible.
Ali was a great friend of his, and she stopped him from committing suicide. One of his great lies, and they did the timing of when it was, and it was like they filmed the show before the tapes were released and all this, and it was just like you just make shit up. Like it's amazing the shit this guy says.
We're gonna get there. Let's not get out
Just
of
say we're
line.
breezing through.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk. We got to
10
talk
years
about.
here.
We got to talk about Hogan Knows Best.
Ugh. Do
You guys
we?
didn't watch that
Do
show?
we?
I
mean,
watched.
do we?
I watched one episode and I was done.
Oh no way!
didn't
I
watch
watched
that,
that thing
dude.
religiously.
I watched one and was really disappointed when I found out he was friends with the Nasty Boys. Those were like his boys, and I was just
You don't like the Nasty Boys?
it shocked me that Hulk Hogan was like
Fucking
tight with
love those
I
guys.
agree.
fucking Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags.
Come here, man.
And then yeah,
gonna give you a pit stop.
Pit stop.
and then Brutus Beefcake would pop in every once in a while.
Yeah, that could all been for show, though, right? You know,
No,
just
but
for
those
show.
those
No?
were those were his boys. And then how tight he and Jimmy Hart were, that was kind of
creeped
weird.
you out.
Old Mouth of the South.
Yeah.
Did his daughter creep you out at that point? She had the look of that time, that mid 2000s.
That's what I was
look.
gonna say.
Yeah.
She was. I didn't think she was attractive though. She looked too much like
Hulk
the
Hogan?
mom and him. Yeah, I mean like you could tell that they created that one.
How long did that show run?
I don't know, but he married a girl that looked just like his daughter, which
Four.
also kind of freaked me out.
I think that show went 4 or 5 years. He was a big name again. That show. That show was big.
Yeah,
I have no internet. I can't. I
it was
gonna
on
look, see how long,
VH1.
but-
It'd be like right after Flavor of Love or Brett Michaels' show.
Rock of Love.
Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, you name it.
Well, Brett
I watched
Michaels.
all those.
If you don't remember Brett Michaels, he was in a band called Rock of Love, and they had a show.
He was in a band not called Rock of Love.
I'm sorry, their hit song was called Rock of Love. The band was Poison. His hit song was Rock of Love, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
Every rose has its thorn.
okay. So Brett Michaels had
Nothing
a show.
but a
anyway,
good time.
There you go. I like that one too.
Yeah. How dare you, sir?
Is that not right? Okay. You are the whoriest whore that I've ever seen, and I can definitely have sex with you right now, so I'm going to pick you.
You and Bret Michaels dressed alike in 2009.
What?
So,
Ed Hardy shirts?
yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Hogan knows best.
05 to 07.
05 to, so that ran for 3 years.
4 seasons, it says.
3 years, 4 seasons.
Hurting for money or hurting for fame to do the show?
I don't know. He was trying to get Brooke's rap career going. How'd that turn out?
Her song with Paul Wall was not bad.
Yeah, the only recordings
What'd
that
it
came
do,
out of
Brooke?
that, I think the only recordings that came out of that,
No,
they did sound like a rap song a little bit.
Hold on. Whoa, I gotta look this song
Can we
up.
get a 10-second clip of this, please?
Oh, I don't think, no, that's the thing. The recorded, those audio of him using the M-word never came out. Just transcripts.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the thing. You've never heard him say it.
Wall.
Are
He's
you
very
so-
careful, brother.
Yeah, you'd think.
Hold on.
Oh, I have heard that.
It's all good.
Is this Rock of Love?
This is Paul Wall.
Oh.
What did it do, Paul Wall? Always talking.
Are they sing talking?
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, we're about to get muted by YouTube.
It's all right.
Copyrighted
What
material.
What?
right.
I don't think this is copyright.
Somebody copyrighted that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Paul Wall.
That's good to know. No, but that show, so it went off when he and Linda hit the skids, right? That's how it ended. Is that not correct?
What exactly caused
Jesus
their
Christ.
split?
I guess she said that he was cheating on her.
Okay, I can buy that.
Who would have thought a wrestler, huh?
No, of course not. So many parties and all the fame and money and
Yeah, Tio,
Hold on. Paul Wall's sitting sideways.
I understand Paul Wall is sitting sideways, but host Corey is doing a fucking show. Turn that shit off. Nobody wants to fucking hear it then. Nobody wants to hear it now.
Brooke Hogan is in the video with Paul Wall. So my question,
That's fine.
Did he date Brooke Hogan?
more than that, bud.
I think Hulk had something to say about that.
Paul Wall was white.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Paul
white.
Wall's white?
Yeah, he's white.
Then he
yes.
didn't have anything to say about
No,
it.
he was okay with it.
Yeah, I thought he was fine with rappers at first.
Yeah, because those
When
recordings,
they were like the Beastie Boys.
those recordings date back to around this time when he and Linda split up, and he said that he didn't want her dating no 9-foot African American, but not in those words.
Hard R.
Hard R. Ooh,
No soft A in this one. It was hard R.
is Hulk Hogan a racist?
I would think so, yeah.
According to Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, Titus ain't having any of it. Titus O'Neil is a current wrestler, Eric.
And he will have none of... He doesn't like Hogan at all, huh?
He was
I
a
don't
guy from
understand
Titus
none of
Knows
them are.
Best.
Titus knows best. What channel was that on?
I have no idea. Chris Titus.
The cooking
Chris?
network.
No. Titus O'Neil, not Chris Titus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chris Titus is a different person.
Apparently, none of the African American performers were feeling his apology.
That's why I'm asking, do you think Hulk Hogan is a racist?
Yeah, but back in the day, did Booker T anybody come out and say that they felt this way when he was in his prime wrestling, or just since it came out of this recording and the transcripts came out of it?
He has black
he
friends.
had, but that's what I'm saying. So like, the dude
Clearly he saw him
Maybe
on an
he's-
equal level in life. Jesus. Maybe he was friends with Mr. T.
God
What the
damn it.
fuck?
He grew up
yeah,
with a lot.
there's all the pictures.
He grew up in the city. I mean, he was practically raised African American.
Right.
He did say that.
That's
I mean,
true.
he did say that.
No, you're right. Well, I didn't think about that.
I just wondered if that was something that was ongoing that just wasn't spoken of in the locker room, but people kind of knew it back then, or if this is just something that came out after the transcript. Because I mean the people that knew him best would be the wrestlers he was in the locker room with. You know what I mean?
I don't want to give a history of wrestling thing, but it's been said. Road Warrior Animal gave an interview. He's like, man, when we went down to Georgia, they gave us KKK cards. Like, you're in because you're wrestling in Georgia.
Ooh,
Like, here.
wow, okay. I
It's
didn't know
not
that.
exactly. You had maybe one black wrestler in your territory.
Coco Beware,
Memphis.
Junkyard Dog,
Who?
Junkyard Dog,
Mid-South. Good luck.
Harlem Heat.
There it
No
is.
territory.
Harlem
Yeah,
Heat. There's
Harlem-
WCW.
Dun, 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 dun.
Who else? Ice Train.
Ice Train.
Fuck yeah. Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. Yeah, I remember him.
Doom.
Coco Beware.
Got one for you. Iceman Parsons.
World Class Championship Wrestling.
Yes.
They had
Are
Tony
we- are
Atlas
we-
in World Class for
Are
a
we
bit.
naming all the black wrestlers? Because I don't think
No,
we
I'm
should
just
go-
saying they had one in each territory.
So here's an article.
That's rough, man.
It's
Really.
true.
I know.
Who'd Portland have?
Fuck.
Thunderbolt Patterson said Ole Anderson told him when he's in Georgia, he goes, how many N-words do we need on the card? Thunderbolt Patterson said, we only need one N on the card, and that's me.
Wow.
Who'd Portland wrestling
Said it
have?
right in front of Tony Atlas.
Wow.
Fuck. Billy Jack Haynes. No. He's not black. No, Kansas City had Rufus Freight Train Rufus R.
Jones.
Jones.
Let's fast forward to 2011, and I want to read you an article.
Oh, man. Not
hear
the
it.
whole article.
No. Just these are some of the quotes about
Well, but wait a minute.
Brooke Hogan and Hulk Hogan's perverted relationship.
Let's close down the Hogan racism angle here. Because what Eric said was, do you think it was known in the locker room? And my point is they didn't have many black wrestlers
My
in the
point
locker
is,
room
he didn't
anywhere
want
he
it-
went.
He didn't want any black guys putting lotion on his daughter's thighs, but him.
Okay. I understand that. Can we not go there yet?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The whole point is now that he's been reinstated into WWE, do you think he is legitimately a racist human being?
Everyone says no. I mean,
don't see how he's
everybody that knows him and worked with him back in the day say that he did tons of stuff for the African American community.
That does not matter.
What
That
if
does not make you not racist.
Right, here you go. So what if it wasn't just a yes or no? What if it was a percentage? If you have to put a percentage, is Hogan racist 60% of the
70.
time, 70% of the time, 30% of the time? Let's just not make it a yes or no. Do you think he was racist? And if so, put a little percentage on it.
70.
I just think that. How old is Hogan?
Close to 70 years
yeah,
old.
60
Close
something,
to
right?
70.
He was He was 40 in 94 when he went, so he's probably 64, 65.
Yeah.
So think
93,
about.
94.
So think about people
41.
that age and the use of that word
Absolutely.
Yeah.
back in that time, and
You're saying it doesn't mean he doesn't like black people. Yes, that's what you're saying.
no, because it's a generational thing.
I halfway
think,
agree
I
with
think
T.O. on
someone our age saying that is non-defendable, non-anything.
Doesn't want his daughter dating him.
No, but here's my thing. So the context and the way he said this stuff,
Context is king. Shout out to 83
that
weeks.
that is a racist behavior and that's racist actions. Not wanting your daughter to date someone because they're African American, that is because of race.
Right.
So
and what they
that
say is after age 60, that's when you start to change your ways. So obviously that mindset has changed.
I don't think so. Here's my thing though. His use of the word does not bother me as much.
Yeah, you're not black.
No, what I'm saying is what bothers me is the context and how he used it. Because
Right.
I think some people use that word his age and they're
Mean it.
They don't it didn't mean what it means now.
So you take it out of your vocabulary.
Someone that's 60 that's set in their ways. Like I just, and I'm not defending it, and I
know.
But what I'm saying is the way he said it. I don't want. It doesn't matter if it's a black person, a Hispanic person, his daughter dating another female.
He probably would have found a derogatory term for any race at that moment if that was, who was trying to date his daughter.
If he
See,
didn't want his daughter being a lesbian, and he said, I don't want her dating that dyke.
Yeah.
Let's just use. I mean, like.
I agree.
I would consider him a sexist because of that, or a gay basher, or homophobic.
Had people stopped using the terms gay and retarded and queer and all that stuff by that time? Is that just in the past 5 years that people actually started pulling it out of their vocabulary?
I think I think that stopped in the mid 2000s.
Boy, oh man, people were still saying that shit. It wasn't really. I think we're giving a lot of credit to the last 10 years that we should be giving credit to the last 4 to 5 years.
Right, there you go.
Maybe.
I mean, he's not getting a pass. I don't think he should get a pass on anything.
No,
on
but I
that
mean,
shit.
he
If he's changed, and good for him.
showing racist actions and acting as a racist, and not wanting your daughter to date a black guy, versus
Unless he's 9 foot tall.
versus dropping N
Or
bombs.
no, I can't remember the exact word.
That's two different things. It's acting and saying. They're both wrong. But 65-year-old man saying it and just saying, oh, you know, that N word. If it was something along those lines, I think a pass might have been given more on that. I think people are actually giving him an easier time and not focusing on.
Because they never heard it. They only read it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't. Like, if I'm Titus O'Neil or I'm one of the African Americans in the locker room, this guy doesn't think of us being good enough for his daughter. Because that was the context in the where he said, I don't want her dating this. And my thing is, if he didn't even say the N word, he said, let's say he just said African American. I don't want Brooke dating this African American. That's still racist.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
not
is.
arguing with
Totally.
You know,
is.
so I mean, like that's the whole thing. Like, I think people have forgotten the context in which it was said and in which it came out,
I don't think anybody's forgotten.
and not dropped. I mean, I haven't heard it brought up.
Okay. So, but we'll move on from that. So you say he wants to fuck his daughter. So let's go with that.
Uh-oh.
That's a weird ass relationship, and then he marries a girl that looks just like her. I mean, it's.
You got like evidence to support your theory?
Well, I mean,
here?
There's pictures.
Pictures of him rubbing suntan lotion on her inner thighs.
Inner thighs.
Yeah, him going to her nude photo shoot.
No, come on, nude.
PETA.
Alex, would you go to Brooke Hogan's nude photo shoot?
No,
Really?
I would not.
That's sexist. I don't care what women do with their bodies. It's their choice. I just
Brooke
figured out a way
Hogan,
to-
yes.
I just
My
figured out a way to
daughter,
turn that
no.
around just sitting right here.
No, I wouldn't. You couldn't. For
Is
real?
Brooke Hogan's not hot to you guys?
No.
What?
Eh,
Really? She's like 5'10", blonde.
Dumb.
Hey. God, leave that to Alex to say that stuff. Alex, what were you going to say?
Dumb.
Nothing.
I'm just listening.
What about that? Well, I mean, T.O., what were you going to say about your little, you had an article that you wanted to read word for word. It's like a 6-page article.
No, it's just them, like, they had to defend their relationship because it was so weird. I mean, like,
Yeah.
she had to come out and say, I'm tired of people, like, having to defend myself for saying my dad and I have a perverted relationship.
What would they do that's like, I don't understand, like, what's the context of this that the people consider? Obviously the inner thigh lotion thing's fucking pretty weird, and the nude photo shoot, but other than that, like, other than those two crazy ass fucking things that
You
are
are defending him?
insanely no, I want to know,
Him-
is there more
no.
evidence?
Oh.
Is it just these two scenarios here, or what's going on?
His
Things on the show.
wife looking just like her. I mean, like, they could be.
It's not their fault that they produced a fucking girl that was the mix of the parents.
No, I'm talking
That's
about
what happens.
talking about who he married after
That's genetics.
the relationship.
Yes, I'm with you.
He married a girl that was the same age as her, or close to, that looked almost identical to her.
Well, she's not. It's just not like she's an ugly woman. I mean,
That doesn't
some
mean he wants
blondes
to do
look
his
the
daughter,
same.
though. Yeah, I would say that doesn't mean he wants to do his daughter.
Girls tan. Girls get
older
fake
men
boobs.
want a younger woman.
Yeah. O.J. Simpson wanted a
Okay.
girl that looked just like his ex-wife. I mean, he just happened to kill his. Well, not even ex. Yeah, did kill his.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You guys keep talking. I'll see other
Oh,
examples
no.
of that weird stuff.
God damn. Once you pop, you can't stop with fucking the money team.
I don't
over
know.
there,
I
Which I
mean-
know none of
Okay,
you can
so
see because he's got his fucking.
Put it this way, on
screen
Google,
on.
you type in Brooke Hogan and Hulk,
Oh shit.
and the first thing that comes up, Hogan weird relationship.
He's right.
Type in WNBA triple doubles.
15 times Brooke and Daddy
Did
Hogan.
you mean NBA triple doubles?
This is from August 18th, 2017. 15 times Brooke and Daddy Hogan were too close.
Oh Jesus.
15 called Killer Curves. Oh, Dad, we don't know if he picked out her outfit or if she had a stylist do it, but he clearly enjoyed the outcome. While we appreciate Dad's support of their daughter. Jesus Christ. Poolside romance.
Okay, maybe
Boy,
this
that's
is a little
good.
fucking weird here.
Tell us some more. Anything else? Any other times besides that poolside
What
shot where
is
he's
his
rubbing
hand-
lotion?
Wait a minute, what's he doing right there? Did he have his dick in his hand right
Is
there?
that okay? That is him rubbing lotion on her ass.
Not a bit. That is not okay a bit. Not even a little bit.
Beach bums, literally.
Yeah.
Muscle loving Brooke. Double timing.
As these guys look through these, be sure to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/numeral 3 Horsemen Show, twitter.com/numeral 3 Horsemen Show, and youtube.com/numeral 3 Horsemen Show, or just type in THREE Horseman, HORSEMEN Show, and put the in front of it. The 3 Horsemen Show. Check it out. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on iTunes.
A few months ago, Hulk tweeted a picture of Brooke sitting with her legs crossed. While he could have said something sweet like, "my successful daughter," or talked about the situation they were in together, he instead just said, "Brooke's legs."
Check out YoRadio.com.
There it is,
Check us out on Yo Radio. Go to the lineup media station. Oh, boy. So you really think he wants to do...
All signs point to yes.
Alex, as if you're watching us on YouTube, thanks. And I'm not sure how you've made it this far, but tell us about the belt today. My new favorite.
Just
I do
got
like
this
that one.
earlier this week. This is the NWA domed globe on red, which was actually how the original was made. And then I guess over time, the red just started to fade. And
That's
so
Harley Race Jack Briscoe title there, right there,
yeah.
babe.
Then they went to the black leather, which I like the red leather better. Blah, blah. So
Red leather better. That's Brooke's next rap song.
Mm-hmm. It'll sell 3
girl-
copies.
That girl could hum a tune.
3 singles on iTunes.
But she could hum a couple other things. No, I'm joking. T.O. got anything to say about her humming tune?
No, I'm just looking at the...
The lotion was disturbing. The picture.
Well,
that was
this
disturbing.
whole, this
Would
whole
you let
discussion is
Would you let your
disturbing.
daughter wear a thong with you on the boat?
No.
Well, he's okay with it here.
He's promoting his daughter. We haven't even talked about the crash with his kid and the conversations on the phone when he's in jail.
That's where I was going, and then we went to this.
Well, go ahead.
Let's hear that.
No, I legit don't know anything
disturbed.
about it other than Nick gets into a car accident, and that kind of leads to the cancellation of the show.
Yeah, that hurt. I think the whole thing, and then his wife leaves him. Yeah, and took him for everything he was fucking worth. Jesus, I mean, she's
still trying to get money from him
I
for
know.
something.
Yeah, because he's got businesses they're tied up into that she can't fucking latch onto. You think that's disturbing? Look at the guy she was fucking dating compared to what Hogan did. I know you're saying it's Hogan and his daughter, but
She dated like married a 19-year-old or 18-year-old.
what would you do if somebody if you had a fucking Hummer or a Lambo and you see some fucking 19-year-old kid the same age as your son driving around in that shit while your kid's in jail? I'd have fucking killed. Yeah,
You would have fucked him like she did?
Uh-oh.
What?
Got him.
he looked a little like I did when I was that age. Anything else?
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his
Jesus.
fucking dong in front of his daughter and Jimmy Hart in this picture.
The point going back to the Nick Hogan thing was they had those conversations in jail, and he was going to do anything he could to get him out. And they basically said, and I can't think of his name. The friend might have been named Nick, that was in the car with him. Anyway, my computer won't work.
He had an
mine's done.
Italian last name.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what it is.
but I mean, basically left him for dead because they could have given a shit. I mean, I know they got some money out of him, but
Well, did Michael Graziano.
Michael Graziano.
He died, right?
No.
It says he dies of injuries.
Oh, did he?
That's what it says.
What year?
2012.
Ugh. Oh, Nick was free and clear by then.
He was hurt, though. The
Who
kid-
was?
Hogan's kid got hurt in the car wreck, didn't he?
Not bad.
So this is a scene.
Not compared to dying from your injuries, no. Well,
Fair
the
point. You've
truth.
got the better end of the stick on that one, right?
but that's what sent him downward were those conversations on the phone. That started the whole thing. This is back before 2010. They got all those recordings of him talking to him in jail. And then the Hogan fucking train went yonder. It went south. Went south to TNA is where it went.
Mm.
You guys excuse that, or what do you think of those conversations he had with his child? Is that what any dad would say? We're gonna do whatever we can to get you out.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
I mean, I think they also fought any lawsuits from the parents in terms of helping their son or getting any.
I mean, how dumb are you to not know that every conversation you have is being recorded?
Kind of what I thought.
I
I understand being in somebody's house and not thinking you're getting recorded fucking your wife, but I wouldn't have thought somebody would record me doing that, but I would definitely think about what I said on a phone to my son in the jail.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid on his part. He should have thought of, I get what he's saying though, like we're going to do whatever we can to get you out. He's trying to give his son a little bit of peace of mind, like you're not going to be in here forever. We're going to help you, Dad's going to give you a hand here. So he's trying to, even whether or not he could or could not, he's at least trying to set his son's mind at ease from somebody sitting in, an orange jumpsuit at the time.
Yeah, I want to say there is also, I think he had said something along racial lines in that.
He hard-hearted again?
Yeah, well, he made references. Yeah, they released them. This is 2008 that this had all gone down. And Hulk Hogan making more racially charged remarks to son via, this was through the Daily Mail, so he tells a 17-year-old son, you and me been sitting on some serious phone dialogue here, N-word with an A. And then he was 61 at the time, and he kept calling him N-word with the A at the end.
The
So that's
son?
Calling his son that?
yeah, like say
Okay,
as a friendly.
I retract my previous statement. If he's using it like that, even calling his son, whether it's right or not is a different argument. She should not be saying that. But to him, that's probably not racially charged. That's
because
like,
he grew up in
them.
Miami and he has a lot of black friends.
you know what I mean? That's just like I would think that's just a.
Dude, I have a picture with a black guy. Come on, what do you mean?
I don't know. I would
you
say
don't
if
see color when you take pictures.
But my friend's black, so
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
I can't say it. No, go ahead.
You guys know the story about Hogan and Mike Tyson almost main eventing WrestleMania 6, but they
no.
didn't do it.
Hogan beat his ass in a boxing match when they were training, and
yep, 85.
That has to be it.
85 before he got big.
well, it was after he did Rocky and realized how he was a world class boxer.
This is after Metallica.
okay.
Anyway,
That was it.
So Hogan, they were gonna main event 86 WrestleMania.
90.
No, this is 6, WrestleMania 6.
Okay,
So,
now
yeah,
it's
90.
96, so 90.
what stopped the what happened?
I'm sure Hogan wouldn't.
Mike Tyson doesn't know how to
lose him.
fucking wrestle. That's one thing that probably stopped it. But he wanted to get in there. Who doesn't?
I would wrestle. Would you take
Fucking
Vinnie Mac?
A.
Yes, exactly. I would do it too. You're gonna get injured, so what? It'll be worth it.
I'd take the big boot and the leg drop for a nice payday.
Mm-hmm. I'd do it. I'd
Candy
do it
bar.
for free. I'd probably do it for free.
Yeah.
Just to say that you took one.
Right.
What's
Hey,
kind of funny is since I played that Paul Wall song,
Oh, no.
songs have just kept playing.
Why?
David Banner, Like a Pimp, and Lil Flip.
Yeah,
Real
nobody
bad.
wants to hear that shit.
That's just kind of funny.
Nobody wanted to hear it then.
in 2000s, that was that's what I listened to, stuff like that.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
Right, yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, we did.
Really?
Yeah, early 2000s. That was the
Sweet Jesus.
music.
Okay,
good
so
So now we're to Hogan. What was the next big thing?
what did he do at
Gawker.
TNA? Honestly, because I never watched TNA. I never have.
Damaged his
I
reputation.
was going to say, I never watched it either, so I have nothing to.
But didn't he like try to recreate the Monday Night Wars? And
They went live.
did he take over? Was he like an executive of the company? Like,
He and Bischoff.
but they kind of took him for a ride. I understand.
Oh, they just bled him dry.
So
Hogan got in the ring.
in
He
20
wrestled Sting and didn't take a bump
In
because
20
his back was shot.
in 2012 or
Somewhere in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awful. I don't know why he even fucking thought that was a good idea. But
Ego.
it was actually, but it got eyes
Ego.
on the company. Well,
Ego.
they had Kurt Angle in the company. They had AJ Styles. God, they had some fucking talent.
Samoa Joe.
Oh,
I mean,
everybody
if
that's
you-
in now.
If
Everybody's
you
in
look at
WWE now.
If you look at the guys that were there, yeah. But it shows it's a marketing machine.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what talent the other companies have. It doesn't matter what's behind it. There is a machine in place that has a monopoly
Mm-hmm.
that just you can't compete with.
Guys that have the money don't know how, and guys that have the know-how don't have the money. That's the way it'll always be.
And that if Daniel Bryan, and we've talked about this though, and not to get off on another tangent, but if Daniel Bryan
Not you.
doesn't re-sign with WWE and say CM Punk goes, because they're doing an event at Madison Square Garden the week of WrestleMania, the same guys that are doing All In. So do you think if Daniel Bryan and CM Punk went to this company, Okay, what sustainability would a company like that have?
None. Any other questions?
Yeah, right.
What
I'm
names?
right there with you.
What names would have to go?
None. Can't. There isn't a name.
So Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, like
Nope.
It definitely ain't CM Punk.
So if you take 10,
Do you have any way to get that company to in front of like 100,000 people in a big, like a Superdome or
well,
something?
the internet is what would drive. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't think there'll be any momentum from this all in?
Nope.
If Punk wrestles, Bryan goes.
Nope.
Okay. So
It's not possible.
Okay.
This is the first time anybody's put 10,000 people in an
so
arena in the
here's my
fucking-
deal.
since WCW or WWE.
Hogan couldn't do it. Everything Hogan had ever done worked. When he went to WCW, it took off. Came back.
Not immediately.
No, but once NWO hit,
Okay.
he was the guy that made that big. Nobody else could have done that, in my opinion.
Totally agree.
When he went back to WWE,
Mhm.
he main events at WrestleMania with The Rock, and it's a huge thing.
Mhm.
The only thing he was involved with and didn't make it work was TNA. And they had stars there and they had potential. And that's kind of my point to where, like, nobody can do it now.
Hey,
You
blew
could-
it.
You could take any 10 guys from WWE's roster right now, and they couldn't do it because Hogan couldn't do it. None of these guys are Hogan and what he was. And, like, and that's kind of the point. If Hogan couldn't do it and there was all that talent with him, could a company sign 10 guys from WWE right now and make it work?
Hold on.
No.
I will add to that. So let's say you take these 10 guys, but you throw them into New Japan, and New Japan continues their
Build.
into the U.S. market. You still don't think they would?
No.
I don't think so either. I just think the machine that is WWE, the infrastructure, everything they have.
The name. That's all it is. The name. If it doesn't have WWE on the headline, nobody's fucking going. Nobody's going to their shit.
That is true.
They can't fucking put 3,000 people in a house show. They're papering at fucking pay-per-views and Monday Night Raw. Nobody's watching this shit.
And like what I would compare it to, I guess, is kind of any upstart football league.
There you go.
It's not the NFL.
Here, we're gonna go out and compete with the NFL. Oh, all right. Hey, put a baseball league on
Didn't
Fox
Vince
Sports.
McMahon try that?
He's trying again.
Yeah, XFL, wasn't that what it was, right?
It'll never get.
There are
off the
two
ground.
of them. There's XFL and this Alliance of American
And
Football. Or whatever it's
Ebersol.
called.
What's funny
Yeah.
about that is Ebersol's doing that,
Yeah.
which was his partner in XFL.
Yeah, two shitty football leagues. You can watch on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, love doing
Forget
that. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what was that? That football. It was like indoor, and it had no sidelines. It was
Arena.
like arena football. Yeah. That.
I think it shut down, didn't it?
Yeah. I hope.
That's fucking dreadful.
They have the lingerie football league that's indoors.
Do you want to talk about the Gawker shit or not?
I
think there's people watching
do
that
because
don't
it's
know.
it's a huge thing.
He won a fuck ton of money out of that.
But also just the precedent of,
Being
like,
filmed having sex with somebody else's
but
wife.
freedom of. I mean, like there was a lot of
First Amendment.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Still, you
involved in
can't
that.
record a conversation with somebody else without consent in states, but you can record somebody fucking your own wife. What kind of shit is that?
So
And then release it?
first of all, I don't think that was the first time Hogan had banged that guy's wife.
Did they release it for monetary value? Did Bubba the Love Sponge and his wife make money off giving that to Gawker? That's the question.
Anybody know?
I don't know. I think that it got too. I think that's what they decided was that they had something to do with Gawker getting that film. I don't know.
did.
Did they try extorting Hogan?
Probably.
I think there was something along those lines, and then
They should have tried extorting Linda.
Hogan then threatened legal.
Fuck, his money was
That's
gone.
the play right there. Yeah.
Hogan then threatened legal action against Gawker if they released it. They released it. Then they got the injunction, and then it went from there.
And then he won, what, $51 million? Didn't we look
On
this
there,
up?
The settlement was huge.
31?
31, I thought.
It was originally 100.
The verdict was huge. The settlement was still big.
Yeah.
They put Gawker out of business.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
done. Which Gawker was I'm not even sure. Were they like a legit porn site? Is that what they were? Were they celebrity? What was
they're a
Gawker?
news
The
site.
multimedia site.
Yeah.
It was news.
It would be a TMZ, cross a TMZ and BuzzFeed.
Okay,
So,
okay. So they
the
weren't
funny
a red
thing is
tube or anything.
Gawker had outed a CEO or something of this firm
You're right.
in Silicon Valley
You're right.
as being gay, and he bankrolled Hogan's defense. And just
Oh, it was the
out of
ultimate
spite.
revenge.
Yeah.
Right.
So this guy, the company that outed this CEO, ultimately bankrupted this company.
See, I'm on Hogan's side on this
That's
shit.
the
I
long
think these
con.
other people that release sex tape, if you know what, and that's the other question, was he behind it?
Has any dude ever released a sex tape on their own to gain fame? No, it's
A
always
guy?
it's always the gals that do it. The gals,
The gals
the
do it?
broads. You see?
Jesus. Now you're talking
but-
Alex's language.
No, I was trying to get him into the conversation.
Yeah, he's almost going to talk again.
Oh,
He's
let's
ready
think-
to run our game show, so
Let's
as
think
soon
about
as we get finished up with fucking Hogan.
Pam Anderson, for her benefit. Kim Kardashian.
Kanye.
Her
Pam
benefit.
Anderson
Her
didn't
benefit.
need the fucking... she needed none of that. She
Still
just
made
ended
a
up
shit
making money.
ton of money, though.
Well, because they fucking put their name on it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. The females are the
Paris
ones that
Hilton.
always gained
Paris Hilton.
the money.
China.
Although that was that other guy
China.
that released Rick
Solomon.
Solomon.
China.
China.
She's with the company, though. I mean, like, she got paid to do that.
Paige. She didn't release that shit for sure.
That's the only one that did. Yeah, that's a good one. But she has, like, a library, like 60 videos strong.
Jesus.
She's done more porn than half of the gals out in Silicon, or
That-
not Silicon Valley.
That
out
girl
in,
gets down.
Girl gets down.
Well, I mean, how else you say it? Fucking double teams and
Shit, the whole nine.
riding the fucking.
How much sex was she having? Because, I mean, she was videotaped 60-something times within a 2-year period.
Yeah, some of that's
A lot.
masturbation.
A lot.
Yeah, but
And for the
I'm just
for the
saying.
record, where can we go to download those videos?
Fappeningblog.com.
Yeah, right.
Just so you know. Yeah, what?
I
You
feel
can.
bad for that kid, though.
I definitely feel bad for her.
So-
I'm
so-
glad she's
really
okay.
So-
I'm
so-
glad she's not. We
Thought
thought,
for sure-
she'd be dead
I
by
thought
now.
she'd kill herself.
So
I really
synopsis
did.
of the Gawker incident: Hulk Hogan had sex with his friend Bubba Love Sponge's wife. Bubba Love Sponge was ultimately responsible for releasing that video of that incident to a website or news columnist,
Which also tied
Gawker.
in his talk on that tape of the using the N word. It all that was tied in together.
Because it
Right.
came in Discovery.
Yeah, because that was like 2015.
Yeah.
So an eventuality of it was Gawker got shut down because of the lawsuit that Hogan put against him, which was bankrolled by a guy that was outed to be gay by Gawker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he won what, $31 million at the?
Is that the last count?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that was all he got.
I thought it was more than that, a little bit more.
Well, I
they
thought
had
the
to sell
settlement was-
assets,
Yeah, the
they had to
settlement
do-
was up
Yeah.
over 100-something million,
Right.
wasn't it? But I think that initially, like after everything was said and done, he ended up with like I thought 31.
So- yeah,
the settlement
31
was
verdict.
There he
considerably
goes,
less.
31. Yeah,
But it was in liquidation.
But everybody knew he wasn't going to get that much.
$31 million is a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I wonder how much fucking Linda got of that. Ugh.
Well, they were
I
divorced
mean, think about
at that,
that
time, though.
on
I wonder.
Hogan's side. It's
Still
like
go after it.
he won both ways. Well, I mean, did
It
she
happened while they were married.
Did
Bye,
she, did she-
T.O.
Did she divorce
I
him
don't think
because of that incident?
Oh, they were separated.
Were they already separated?
Well,
when it
that
happened?
was
okay.
Doesn't
that
matter.
was the story. He was depressed, and they had been trying to. He said they'd been trying to get him to do it, and he was weak.
Is this when he was saved from suicide by Tatiana Ali? Man, see, that's
yeah.
him.
It doesn't. The time frame doesn't add up because he did Gladiators way before or way after that or something. I don't.
I think it all ties together, T.O. I think you're a Hulk Hogan hater. I think you're
No,
a
but
Triple H.
Heather Klim is the
Did you
one
get that?
She's the one that had a sex tape that never got famous from it.
Who the fuck is Heather Klim?
It was the girl that was in the tape.
Oh, well, good that we know
But
that now.
it's because the tape
Take
was
it all
never
back.
the tape was never released.
Alright.
She would have became a star if that would have came out because she was great looking for that time frame. Have you know what she looks like?
Now I do. Now I'm thinking about it. Brunette, tall brunette.
Yeah, good looking.
She
That
got,
Bubba,
she got
Bubba,
some
Love,
python powder in her.
Bubba the Love Sponge was an absolute douchebag though, and I don't ever understand how Hogan was buddies with that guy.
I can't stand him.
Talks about the. I mean, it goes back to the circle of friends that guy kept.
Goes back to using the N word too.
What,
So
nasty?
Bubba
Nasty
Love-
boys?
No,
Oh,
but I think
oh.
Bubba was not seen as one of those racial equality guys either.
Tallahassee or no, where was he from? Tampa.
Fuck.
Because he had an incident with was it Amazing Kong,
Yeah.
and that's why he got
Awesome
fired.
Kong.
Awesome Kong, yeah, and she I think she beat his ass actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why you got to love Awesome
wow.
Kong. Who is now, what is she in Glow? She is, God dang it. She wasn't
The,
Junk
the
Chain.
welfare queen.
Welfare Queen.
Yeah.
Dude, you've got to see Glow.
Glow. What is
Glow
Glow?
is the
It's
show on
It's
Netflix.
great.
Is it good?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I've seen one episode.
you're fucking missing out. Binge watch season 1 and season 2. It's the best thing on Netflix. I don't care what anybody says. Allison Brie's in it. Betty Gilpin's fucking smoking hot. Oh,
Nudity in this one.
there's nudity. Okay, is Hulk Hogan the greatest superstar of all time?
Yes.
Whoa,
For
that
sure.
was easy. What? What is he?
Your key word there is superstar. You
Yeah.
didn't say wrestler.
You can say
Okay.
wrestler. Yeah, he's done more for the. I think he's done more and paved more roads than anyone else has.
Whoa, Owen's
Ooh.
shaking his
I
head.
What do
don't
you
know.
think?
I don't know.
What?
I think there's 4 different things. I think Flair is the greatest worker. I think Hogan.
Agreed.
Really?
Hogan is probably the most influential in getting things going. I think Austin is probably the biggest box office merch guy, and I think Rock is the most successful crossover. I think you have to. I think those 4 are responsible for so much that you have to. They all deserve their own lane and recognize it as that.
No John Cena.
Right, but would they evolve? Would either of the other 3? Well, okay, so excluding Flair, would The Rock or Austin been able to reach the superstardom that they had reached had Hogan not done what he'd done in the 80s and 90s? I mean, in the early.
Wow, then you don't. That's
You know what I mean? I mean,
conflating
is
two things.
their success a direct?
The Rock, yes, just because of the guy, the talent that he is, the charisma that the guy has, and the work ethic. The guy would have made it in Hollywood somehow, some way.
Okay. What
I
about
think so.
What about Austin? Do you think he would have rose if I mean, because Hogan basically brought wrestling to the mainstream. I mean, no, people watched it, but it was like territorial, like when Vinnie Mac also. But Hogan was the face of that.
Oh, I think Austin and Hogan run neck and neck.
You
Both
think
of 'em-
so, huh?
Both of them right place, right time.
Now I love Austin as well, but I I can't overlook what Hogan did in the late '80s, early '80s, and bringing everything.
That's
straight
why I
to the
say
mainstream.
merch. If you add up all the fucking merch that fucker sold, if you combine the NWO
Well,
and
he
all
double
that
dipped on the
shit-
NWO.
Oh, well, they say he double dipped on people's wrestling figures. They say Hulk Hogan was signed on all of them, all the pay-per-view back ends he got. Dude,
He was getting money
this
per
guy.
pay-per-view sale
Oh,
too.
he was getting
Wow.
fucking in his contract.
Nice.
I
And then
shouldn't
he-
say that.
and then he
it was
had s-
allegedly in his
And then he had
contract.
sovereign
No,
nations to where he would stay within. He was always the highest paid, no matter what. So guys would come in. and-
Save. Never mind.
what was it called? It was sovereign nations.
Favored
or Favored
nations.
nations. I mean, the guy.
I don't know that he had that.
Well, Hall and Nash did,
That's the rumor.
and he never made less than them. So every time someone went to the
Fuck
table,
no, he didn't.
and then anytime anyone else came in, Hall and Nash had to be within a certain percent of that. So those guys were just getting raises after raises after raises.
Yeah.
Brilliant people there.
And there's no allegedly about it. His WCW contract is online.
No, I know.
Oh, you
But
said.
I don't think Favored Nations is in it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said allegedly. Like whenever you were talking about double dipping.
Back
into,
ends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's stuff that is missing from that contract too. Because
there?
look, yeah, you can add. I know because that was all in discovery for the case of.
Probably the divorce.
Dang, no. Every contract from WCW is on the internet. Can you believe that? We can see what all those guys fucking made. Remember when we went through that list?
Yeah.
We started naming. No wonder they went out of fucking business.
Well, because they had like 90 wrestlers.
Oh my
and
god.
Either that or just watch one of Cornette's podcasts. He goes through pretty much everybody in the 80s and 90s.
How
at some point.
meticulous was that fucker? Jesus.
Him talking about how he could go out of the curtain and count seats in the stadium, and how much
You
was
and I
full.
could do that. Oh,
No, but
bullshit.
That guy just amazes me. Like, just to be able to try to figure out what they're gonna make off a night by counting.
Yeah. Going back to that, I say Hogan's the biggest star in the history of wrestling, because people, if you say wrestling, people still say Hulk Hogan.
I agree.
So yes, it's just like movies.
When does that change though?
I don't think it ever changes because
Well,
wrestling eventually dies.
Once, but I'm saying in 20 years, once people die, is the answer still Hogan?
Oh, when he dies, he'll get bigger.
People our age, do they say Hogan though when they say wrestling, or do they say The Rock? Do
I
they
say
say?
Hogan.
Where's the cutoff?
I say Hogan, and I'm younger than you guys.
Where's the cutoff? When does the answer become Hogan?
Or The Rock. I think people have already. I think there are not enough people who saw wrestling at the time.
Realize The
I-
Rock
yep.
wrestled.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think you had the viewership to where anyone's going to say.
So do you think they get dropped off and John Cena becomes John Cena because of the kids that watch it? Because kids watched it more. Kids watch it more now, and when we were watching it, it was more of a teenager thing. that we gradually went through as watching it as Hogan's era as kids and stayed watching it until our teenage years, to where it probably happens now. Kids watch it until they're probably 12, get to middle school, and think, oh, this is corny shit.
I say The Rock, but everyone underneath me says John Cena. Everyone younger than me.
Jesus
See,
Christ.
that's what I was going to say.
I
I
hope
think
not.
I think that might be a generation.
They would say John Cena. Easily.
You got to think about it, because Cena's been on top for
Thank you,
My
Weston.
kid has a John Cena hat. Just throwing that out
my
there.
God.
So.
15 years. So you've got kids that...
You know what's funny is The Rock wrestled for 6 full years.
That's
you
it?
added up all his shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, it seems like he had such a longer run than that.
And he was on top for 3 of them.
About that.
Ish.
On top, sharing it with Austin.
But went out on his own, didn't get hurt. I mean, like, just, you know.
He's a movie star. He's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
So, okay, quick thought on the conversation we had on the first episode about if you didn't have Hogan, who could you put in that spot?
Yep.
So one person I didn't even think of, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. What if McMahon brought in Magnum TA had he not had his accident?
Magnum TA was not big and tan is the only problem.
But he could have gotten that way.
He doesn't have the look. He's not 6'6".
How tall is he?
6'1".
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was taller than that.
He could have gotten the chicks fired up.
Well, see, that's where I was going.
But they were marketing to kids. They weren't marketing to women.
But they eventually went there, is what I'm saying.
Well, eventually.
But
With Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Fucking right.
so I don't know. I just
Magnum TA is not a bad. I don't think you get to the heights. I don't think you put Magnum TA on TV or have him host Saturday Night Live or have him on the cover of Sports Illustrated or main event the Superdome.
well, he was a name I thought of that we didn't.
Silverdome. Fuck. See, Hogan, I give you a pass there. It's a long WrestleMania 30. He came out the events at the Superdome. He kept calling it the Silverdome.
Dude.
So then I just did what he did.
Yeah, you'll have that.
People are human.
But anyway, that was a name that we didn't bring up, so I just thoughts on that, and I don't know.
Sorry,
I-
I couldn't hear what you said.
I
Alex,
said
what'd
Magnum
you say?
TA.
Gawker.
No.
What kind of game show you got?
Yeah, we got a
for us
game
today?
show.
Yeah,
We're fucking
can't wait.
continued.
Do it.
Let's do this. Alex is running the show this week, T.O. Do you know what's going on here?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
You got to tell everybody what's
So-
going on in case they didn't listen last week.
So last week we
didn't.
So last week we had a show where Corey hosted a Name That Tune themed. So hard to talk. So hard to talk with this music going because I love this music so much. All right, I'm just gonna pause this. So
Tell him, brother.
So basically, Corey hosted a wrestling themed show, Name That Tune style. So
That's
we're gonna,
right.
We're gonna do kind of the same thing, except I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. We're
Don't go, oh, we're going to do fucking Christmas songs this week, because no, don't do that. We're sticking with wrestling-themed Name That Tune.
I know what he's
Correct.
doing. Favorite, it's going to be female wrestlers.
Yeah, not him. Velvet McIntyre. Fuck.
Did she have a theme?
Rockin' Robin.
Okay, so
Who's up first?
well, I'm getting there. So Jeopardy format. So there's going to be 80s and 90s with 100 to 500 points, and then there's a 1,000 pointer you can pick. So basically, I kind of randomly pick names, and it's just happens to be Corey goes first.
Bitches.
Eric goes second. Tio's going third.
Can I steal
I'm
those?
playing these
I'm
two?
getting there. I'm getting there. So if someone misses one, as far as steals, the next person gets to.
But if it's Jeopardy format, don't we hit the buzzer?
there's no buzzer.
Oh, I can just yell.
I
really
couldn't
loud.
get buzzers on short notice. Sorry. There are 2 daily doubles. I will let you know if you pick one of those.
We have 24
There-
minutes to do this before there's an angry Armenian in here
We'll
stomping on
we'll
the
get
door.
there. We'll get there. So I'll be keeping score. Final Jeopardy will be in 2 parts.
Shit.
Sorry, 4 parts.
Bring the fucking heat.
I'm going to play each theme for 15 seconds, but there will be no replays.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do it.
So-
Let's do it.
I'm starting off.
You are starting off, so pick 80s or 90s, 100 through 500, or go for the throat and pick 1,000.
80s, 500.
80s, 500. Let's do it.
Watch this fucking shit.
All right. Got to pull it up here. Here we go.
How quickly do I get this?
5 seconds.
Think so?
I don't know. Yeah.
Now, technically, this was Slick's theme by himself, too.
Correct.
Okay.
You didn't use it in the phrase of a question. He said Jeopardy format.
Who
here.
is
Come on.
Slick?
Okay.
So I got 500.
What is Slick?
Me.
Where is Slick?
All
Kansas City.
Was
Territory, baby.
One man gang come out to that or Akeem?
Akeem.
Yeah, Akeem the Gym.
But it wasn't all the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
see,
this
I-
is,
that-
well, let's-
okay. All right.
I'm still right.
All right.
That's what matters.
Eric.
90s for 300.
90s for 300.
Make it whoa.
I'm gonna see if it works. That's all I'm doing. I won't use it.
Ready?
Ready?
Hold on. Stupid ads.
Hold on. Got to watch out for the ad business. We don't want to get in trouble. Why are you playing it into your earphones?
See if Shazam picks up old WWE music.
Look at him.
I'm curious if it does. I'm not gonna cheat.
Might.
I'm curious.
All right.
Should.
Here we go. Ready?
Ready when you are.
You said 90s 300.
That's right.
If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, you better read the signs, respect the law and order, use of hard times. You'll be
I'm ready to
serving
answer.
hard times.
Big
works.
Boss Man.
Correct.
Who is Big Boss Man? Cobb County, Georgia, though.
So
I
can
mean,
I
just kind
use
of gave
this
it
to
away.
cheat because it did work.
Fuck,
Did
no
it
wonder
work?
that's
Yeah.
only
Did it
for
work?
300.
Nice. Yeah, right.
God damn.
Okay, I'm gonna go 90s for 1,000.
Oh!
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not letting Corey just run away with it.
Oh, you won't get this.
I know, but still.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. If
Ready?
it does, I'm going.
Hang on. Here we go.
Are the words removed?
No. It's an instrumental.
Uh-oh. I think you might have just given the game to Corey.
Even I'm kind of stumped on this one.
No,
Because
you're
I think of two people.
I remember it from a video game.
You going to steal it?
No.
No.
Oh,
One thing I left out, there is a time limit. I'm giving you 30 seconds to answer.
that's
Fuck.
fine. You're not gonna play it again.
Nope.
You get 5 seconds.
Think it out, T.O. Think it out.
15 seconds.
Better make a bet or make a guess at least.
Yeah, Rick Martel.
Eh.
Yeah.
Excuse, steal for Corey.
Is it to me for a steal?
Yep.
Since we played theirs last week, I'm stuck between thinking it's the Steiner brothers or Rick Rude, and I don't think the Steiners had one like that. But that might have been their early '90s, their first theme. So I am gonna say for the steal,
10 seconds.
I'm gonna say Rude.
Incorrect.
Bret Hart.
It's the
Incorrect.
Steiners.
It is the Steiners.
Fuck!
Okay, so Corey's at minus 500.
I'm not at minus shit.
He's at minus 700, and I'm
No,
at
no, no,
minus.
no,
That's not how it
No,
works.
no, no, no,
We're
no.
steals. You get the 1,000 if you answer it right.
Oh,
So you're at fucking 0.
okay.
That's Steiner's, huh?
Now I hope I don't get Rude's theme from that time because I'm. Or actually, if I do, now I'll know it. Fuck me. All right. Is it back to me or are we at Final Jeopardy? What's going on?
Oh, no. We're going to go around a couple times before Final Jeopardy.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got all the categories.
All right. Corey's up.
I'll take 90s for. I gotta think of it. 400.
90s for 400. Daily double.
Boom.
That's
Ding, ding, ding,
Cling,
ding,
cling,
ding,
cling,
ding, ding,
cling.
ding, ding.
So you've got 500. You can risk up to 500.
Oh, I'll fucking wager it all. I don't give a shit.
All of it.
We don't win anything.
90s. 90s, 400. Let's.
Watch it be the fucking Brood. I wish it would be the Brood.
Here we go.
If you play some. You can turn it off. That's Flair's WWF theme.
Correct.
Damn.
So I get 800, or no, what do I get for that?
You get 500.
Yeah, you risked it all, so you get another 5.
That's it?
Yeah.
Fuck me. That's horse shit. I don't like this game anymore.
Is 90s for 500 already gone?
90s for 500 is available.
Let me get that.
90s for 500.
Is it your only? Oh. What did I do the first time?
You
80s
did.
for 500.
You did 80s for 5.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Bitches.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You guys are picking some shitty ones.
I have no idea. None. 0.
Corey's gonna run away with it.
No, no, no.
That's a WCW one.
Yeah, see, you can definitely tell the
Yeah.
difference.